Okay, so yeah, no video yesterday because it was rather chilly out, and that's why it's late today. So, river check. It's pretty sad. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to rest and actually record some down here. Today is brought to us by the band Tool. So this is an improvement. I have made it from one end of the boardwalk to the other without stopping. And that includes a very steep incline at the beginning. So that's an improvement. And my ankle's not hurting as bad as it has been, so yay. But just in case, I got me a walking stick. It is really beautiful up here. I love trees. So can we all agree that we need to protect them? Because we do. And something I'd like to talk about. Can we please bring back civility and just basic human respect? Doesn't have anything to do with politics. I can sit and have a conversation with somebody and be completely respectful of them as a human being, even if we disagree on politics or whatever. Can we bring that back just as a rule in general? Because it seems people have forgotten how to do that. I worked in corrections, which I've talked about on, I think, the Clock app before. It's simple to show people basic human respect. If you can't do that, you don't need to be around other people. There is a convicted who is doing 75 to life that was nothing but respectful to me because I treated him with basic human respect. I didn't treat him like scum of the earth, that he was beneath me, that he was less than just because of what he was in prison, was going to prison for. Don't get me wrong, what he did was absolutely diabolical. And the illicit substances he was on that made him more inclined to do that did not help. But I still treated him with basic human respect. And in turn, the inmates did the same. I treat people with respect until you give me a reason not to. That's the way I was raised. Has that gone away? Because if it has, it needs to come back. Because unless someone gives you a reason not to respect them, you have no reason to be a dick and not to treat someone with respect. Perfect example regarding the whole politics and human respect aspect. JD Vance. And here's where I'm going to lose a lot of people. He changed his name 3 times. No, twice, sorry. He was born John David Bowman. Then he changed it to John Hamill. Now I'm assuming John David Vance, JD. But he can't have enough. You don't have to believe, the gay agenda or whatever. Or trans agenda, whatever. If someone is respectful to you and says, hey, I would prefer if you called me like he, she, they, them, whatever. Human basic decency would be like, okay, I don't agree with with how you're living your life, but I will do it out of human respect. Yet, he can't do that. Yet expects us to call him JD Vance, when his birth certificate originally said John David Bowman. Because they bring that up a lot, Your birth certificate said this, yada, yada, yada. So he has not given us any reason to show him any amount of respect. That's why I call him John Bowman. I don't call him what he wants to be called. Like I said, if you don't have to agree with trans people being trans, whatever, you could call it a mental illness all you want. I don't give a shit. It's the human basic respect aspect. If they come and tell you respectfully and politely, hey, I would prefer if you called me she, her, or he, him, or they, them. Do it. Just out of basic human respect. Until they give you a reason not to. And I don't mean because of a differing political opinion. Just like if you change your name from Hank to Tom and you're a complete dick and don't treat people with human respect, I'm not going to call you by the name you changed it to. I'm going to keep calling you your old quote-unquote dead name. It's not a complex issue. If you actually sit and think about it for a few minutes, it's not a political issue. It is a human issue. It is a respect issue. It is, and it goes both ways. Liberals have that problem with conservatives. Conservatives have that problem with liberals. So it's not one side or the other. It's both. Legitimately both. And y'all need to stop and think about it and maybe, I don't know, get your act together. Act like adults. Otherwise, be quiet and let the adults talk. You tell me how you could get a coal barge in right there. It's crazy. I think I hear HealthNet coming in. Yep, it's up there, way up there. I think you can see it, I can't tell. Oh, there's two of them. No, three. Those aren't in HealthNet, those are military. I hope you can see those, because when the screen's facing that way, I can't see nothing. I'll try and zoom in when throwing this video together and editing, and hopefully you'll be able to see them, because, well, helicopters. Sorry, autism. So I looked at the flight radar. They weren't on there. I'm going to assume they're military. Very easily couldn't be and just didn't file a flight plan, but still, 3 together, same direction, and not on flight radar 24. Yeah, probably military. And I'm just gonna say it, the second swing bridge you have to cross to make the loop here, bullshit. I hate swinging bridges in general, but this one, it's, you have to take us you have to time your steps to the waves. If you remember the Tacoma Bridge back in the 40s that got caught in a windstorm after it was just opened and shook itself apart. Yeah, it reminds you of that. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I just thought I'd let y'all know that that was most likely military. And check out the new pavement we got. I showed it in a previous vlog that was behind a paywall, but I'll show it to you now. And this road is ridiculous because they're still going to come through here most likely and paint it and line it. This is in a small residential part of a small rural town that until about 10 years ago, this road was never lined. People parked along the sidewalk and you had one lane to go. Sure, it was a little congested, but residential area. That happened. Especially in a small town like this. That, if we're lucky, has 1,000 people. And yeah. Most of us think it's stupid, but it's not our place to say. But, you know. So yeah, when you see somebody say, oh, I live in a small town, it's got 13,000 people. Bitch, I live in a village. Last reliable census number I saw, 700 and some people lived in town, in our little town. Our county had 10,000 people. Our county has one stoplight. Yet two Dollar Generals, getting a second Family Dollar, two IGAs. Yeah. So if you think you live in a small town, leave your population. Because I don't think for 1 second people that live in towns of 13,000 or even 50,000 are in small towns. No, you're in a small city. Just stop. Listen to that water. Yeah, this is a good reason I love living in the country. Running rivers, trees, and my socially anxious person. Not a lot of people. So yeah, there's that.